Hello and welcome to this Python tutorial. So this is not exactly a Python tutorial because what we'll do in this tutorial is just to make a classification template. And we're doing this because the future classification models that we're going to build are going to be built much more efficiently thanks to this template we're making in this tutorial. And we will make this template from our logistic regression model because, as you can notice in this model that we just built in this section, well, the only time that we code something about logistic regression specifically is just in this section. Indeed, the rest is purely generalized. For example, when we predict the test set result, we don't use any class or function specific to the logistic regression. We use this classifier here, which is indeed the classifier of logistic regression, but what we'll do in the next sections when we build other classification models will be only to import a new class that will be the required class to build our future classification models, and then we will call this class here to create our classifier object, which we will still call classifier, and then we will use the fit method. But that's the only part of the whole code where we talk specifically about the model. Nowhere else in the code has something specific to logistic regression. For example, here I don't use anything about logistic regression, I only use the classifier here, but our future models will be called classifier as well. And same for this last section here. I don't talk about logistic regression. I don't code anything specific to logistic regression, only this classifier here. So that's why it's really easy for us to make a template for the future models, and that's why we will be so efficient at creating the future classification models thanks to this specific template. So let's make the template. We will actually take everything from here to the bottom, copy, and paste it here. And now what we have to do is only to remove this part of the code here because this is specific to the logistic regression model. So we will remove this section and replace it by a comment to specify that we need to create our classifier right here. And then we can generalize even more by replacing logistic regression in the title of this section here by the classifier. Alright, and actually that's all. Our template for classification is ready to build very efficiently any new classification model, and you will see that in the next sections. You will see how we will only have to create our classifier here in 3 lines in this section, and we will be ready to make the prediction, visualize the training set results, and visualize the test set results. So actually, speaking about that, let's recap about what this template is doing. So in the first section we import the libraries, numpy, matplotlib, and pandas. In the second section we import the dataset, our social network ads dataset. Then in the third section we split the dataset into the training set and the test set. Then in the next section we have this code to apply feature scaling if we need to. Then this is in the section that we create our classifier. So we will create many classifiers. We will create the SVM, the kernel SVM, naive Bayes, decision tree classification, random forest classification, a lot of classifiers for this same specific business problem. And then once our classifier is created, we predict the test set results, then we make the confusion matrix, and then my favorite part, we visualize the training set results, and same as for the test set results that we will also visualize to make sure that we don't have any overfitting and that the performance of our model is still good on new observations. So here we are, ready to build new classification models very efficiently. I look forward to creating these new models with you, and until then, enjoy machine learning.